Many parts of Maine have a housing crisis. Homes have become too expensive for many people to buy, and rents have gone through the roof if there are any places to rent.
207's Don Kerrigan went to one community where people seem to be finding some of the answers, but are looking for more.
While so many of our towns and cities are wrestling with how to create more housing, Brunswick has a lot going on. There are 3 new apartment projects under construction right now, and they follow another that opened just about 2 years ago. Brunswick's Economic Development Director says these will meet part of the need for new housing, but says there's also more work to be done. The center of the action has been at Brunswick Landing, where the former Navy base redevelopment plan includes space for new housing.
The last time we really had any significant housing built was in the 1980s. So we need new housing. We need to increase production.
Sally Costello is Brunswick's Director of Economic and Community Development and says that housing has become a major focus.
I think we have an aging housing stock. I think we also, again, it really comes down to the supply issue. And also what was being built is out of reach for people. You know, there's a lot too expensive.
And apartment projects have been the start. This complex, called Captain's Way, with over 100 market rent apartments, opened about a year and a half ago. Across the road, a new and bigger project is now being built. 11 buildings, around 180 apartments. Costello says most will be market rent, but that some, under town rules, must be designated as affordable. And not far away, another developer is building a complex that Costello says is for a very specific market.
Where we're going to be housing 60 asylum seeker families, so that's going to be hundreds of people. And Maine Housing really brought a lot of funding to the table and subsidy for that project to happen.
Essentially an L shape, one entrance.
And the latest project to start here is a dream of real estate broker and now developer David Holman.
It's going to be 63 apartment units. It's going to have underground parking and an elevator going up, 4 stories, so 5 including the garage.
Holman says the new apartment building will be highly energy efficient with heat pumps, EV chargers, and more, and modern interiors similar to these in a partner's project in Minnesota. All of it designed for a mix of incomes.
And that's something I like, where we'll have pretty low income people living in the same building with moderate to high income people. The range will be from about $1,300 to about $2,500. We're targeting working people. We're trying to build workforce housing so that if you have a job or 2 jobs in your household, this will be less than a third of your monthly income.
That's being made possible by an incentive from the town, which will reduce the project property taxes to allow some reduced rents. There will also be 13 designated affordable or low-income apartments. Sally Costello likes the plan.
We need all kinds of housing, including the lower end. But the workforce housing, again, is the hardest to build. So
because of the price range?
Because of the price range. Again, it really needs to be facilitated through public-private partnerships.
And when all of these projects are done, Brunswick will have a big increase in the number of apartments. But Costello and Holman both say that's only part of meeting the need. So right now, what do you most need?
So I would say we're doing very well in our apartments. Whether we're going to be oversaturated in apartments is TBD. But we do need, I would say kind of safely, we need starter homes. That's really what we're lacking. And it's going to take some public-private partnerships to get there.
Starter homes. Many were built in the 1950s and 60s, but few are being built in Maine nowadays.
I like that idea of building, starter homes and doing them in a way that's creative. I mean, the most affordable housing in the country are mobile home parks, and those are basically almost impossible to permit new parks now. So, we need to think a little bit outside the box.
Holman is critical of zoning laws that he says often make the housing problems harder to fix. He says Maine communities must rethink some of their restrictions to meet the current need.
We need more housing, and we don't have enough supply. It's all supply and demand.
And it's a need being felt all over Maine.
The service workers can't afford housing. So, they're not able to, they have to either have a long commute or they're just even some of these folks who are working and have fairly decent incomes still are not able to afford the housing just because of the supply. It's so constrained.
They say it will take a real team effort, towns and cities, developers, even state government, to fill those housing needs so that Mainers can have a home where and when they need it.
David Holman says he hopes to have that new building ready for tenants to move in by next summer.
He says he's already gotten several calls from people who want to live there.